Okay, you guys. So a few days ago, I had a live stream, first ever live stream for my channel. I did some gameplay of Gabriel Knight. Haven't played that game in decades. And someone on the chat brought up again Mark Normand that had been requested, and yes, it had been, and he was on my list. I just had not gotten around to watching any of his stuff. I couldn't remember a specific bit or video or whatever, and so the one that was mentioned in the chat was Everything's Tense. So I decided that I would go ahead and check it out now. I finally have a moment of peace. This has been an awful week, like I knew it would be, and I'm just ready to laugh because I haven't had a huge amount of laughter this week. Just so much going on. Just, you just feel like everything's crowding in, and it's been that way pretty bad. So I am not familiar with Mark Normand. I don't think I've ever heard of him or have even seen his face. Well, I mean, I can't see his face up close right here, but I don't think I've seen him before. So this is completely new, and can't think of anything else as an intro. So let's just go ahead and jump into it.
Got to be very PC now, those PC words. I'm all about progress, but why does adding syllables to a word make it less offensive, Used to be stupid, now it's learn disabled. Used to be retarded, now it's mentally gay or whatever.
Even that's anti-PC.
Can't keep up with the PC, It's all just a gesture. None of it means anything. Like, some PC I like Native American, that's good. He's not from India, why are we calling him an Indian? Native American, great, I'll say that. But like African American, I feel weird saying. I don't have any African American friends, I have black friends. I don't have any Caucasian friends, I have relatives. None of it adds up. We're all the African Canadians. Why don't we say that? Black people born in Canada every day. We don't know what the hell we're saying anymore. But like Idris Elba's an amazing African American actor. Well, he's British.
Right.
What the hell are we doing?
Exactly.
It's just white people. We're nervous. We don't know what to say. We're scared. We don't want to get fired. We don't want to offend. You could corner a white guy on the sidewalk now with a microphone and a video camera, like, what color is Ray Charles? You'd be like, he's blind. But what's his ethnicity? Piano player. But what color's his skin? I got kids, man. Leave me alone. We're terrified. It's coming to my home now. I'm watching Discovery Channel. I'm like, hey, it's a great white shark. Mediocre white. We're not all great. I'm sorry. But racism is alive and well, man. I was just down in Knoxville, Tennessee. You guys ever been there? What a shithole. Holy hell.
Oh, geez,
they are
okay.
30 years behind over there. You ever go to a town so small they're still racist towards certain white people? They're like, hey, watch out over there. That's where the dirty Irish live. I was like, Jesus Christ. You guys haven't made it to black people yet?
Oh, they're that far behind.
My God, you're far behind. I live in New York. We're past Arabs. Let's go. Pick it up. Come on. Yeah. Being racist now, very risky. You lose your job, you get ostracized from society, you make headlines. That's why
Yeah, but the problem is racism has been, the definition of racism has been so bastardized that many times, if not most of the time, when someone is accused of being racist or being accused of saying something that is racist, it's not even really racist. It's just that term is being thrown around. Can't talk. That term is being thrown around as a weapon against people to silence them. And I find that very disturbing. I don't appreciate that at all. I think that's just extremely destructive, like so many things that are going on these days, you guys. So a lot of times when someone is accused of being that way, and then you go and you actually see what it was that they did or said, and it's like, that's not, just because you're pissed about something, that doesn't make that person racist, and it doesn't make what they said racist. And the sooner that sort of nonsense stops, the better. Seriously. Because it's super unhealthy for society.
Being racist now, very risky. You lose your job, you get ostracized from society, you make headlines. That's why if anyone's ever racist around you now, you know they trust you. It's kind of this weird, bittersweet moment, you know? You're on a smoke break with somebody. He's like, oh, man, I can't stand Mexicans. You're like, holy hell, you're full of hate, but I didn't know we were so close.
Except Mexico's not a race.
I feel like racism and smoke are a lot alike, you know? Like in the 50s, everybody did it. Now we know it's bad. We're trying to cut back, but some people just can't quit. Yeah. We should treat.
It is true, you know. People's mentality does change over time. People do evolve over time. And so that's why I've mentioned in another video that it's kind of unfair. I mean, we can look back on things from way back when, and we can very clearly see that things, you know, were racist, bigoted, sexist, whatever. And we can see that and understand it, but it's but back then the people, they had a completely different mindset. A lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people, maybe most people, had a completely different mindset about things. So it's kind of unfair to apply our standards of today to them and then try to completely kill them as far as their reputation or anything like that goes. Like what Bill Burr was talking about as far as, you know, people being canceled, people from way back when being canceled because we're trying to be so high and mighty and morally righteous that we think we've got some sort of, oh gosh, so the word's escaping me, but like we have some sort of right to act like we're so superior to everybody that came before us. Like we think we're going to be the epitome of perfection when 50 years down the line, people are probably going to look at us and see how absolutely crazy some of us got about some stuff and how it became so widespread and just accepted in so many ways that they'll look back and they'll see how off the path we were as well. So, you know, anyway, if that made any sense at all.
50s, everybody did it. Now we know it's bad. We're trying to cut back, but some people just can't quit. Yeah. We should treat racists the way we treat smokers. You know, you're at your day job, some guy's about to tell a racist joke. You're like, hey, take that shit outside, huh? Just a bunch of guys out in the cold. Oh, goddamn Jews, huh? If I don't take those racist breaks, I get cranky. Yeah. And I go to restaurants. How you folks doing? You want the racist section or non-racist? Well, we've had a few drinks. Better go racist. All right, well, it's your funeral. The kitchen is heavily Hispanic. But that's where we're at now. Everything's tense. White privilege, that's a term you hear a lot now, white privilege.
Yes.
I was at a grocery store.
Right, white privilege, which is, now that is legitimately a racist thing, you guys. That is so not cool. And yeah, that's a whole other subject matter. Not really, it ties into this, but yeah.
Tense. White privilege, that's a term you hear a lot now, white privilege. I was at a grocery store with a friend of mine, black guy. I stole a candy bar. I love to steal. I get a real rush from stealing. Yeah. I love stealing. Not. What do you call that when you like to steal? What's the word for that?
Kleptomania?
Klepto, yes. Well, what's the one where you have sex with dead bodies?
Oh.
Necrophilia, yes. I'm that too.
Oh.
So yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I steal the candy bar. I get outside. I'm all proud of myself. My friend goes, white privilege, white privilege. I was like, what? No, this was a robbery. If I had gotten caught, then gotten away with it, that would be white privilege. This is just me being an amazing thief, right? And he was like, no, it's white privilege because the guy didn't follow you around the store. He followed me around the store. And I was like, well, yeah, that's why I brought you.
To get distractions so he could steal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, this wasn't diversity. This was a diversion.
Yeah, there you go.
But, you know, we got to keep up with the lingo. PC. Oh, the whole PC thing just feels very phony to me. It feels bullshit.
It is.
Like, you can tell PC's kind of bullshit because you never use those words in emergency. It's too many syllables. People are hurt. You got to help them. You don't have time to be progressive. You got to save some lives. Like, if you see a Chinese guy get into a car accident, run over a black guy, you can't be like, oh my God, officer, come quick. It's been a terrible tragedy. An Asian American man got into a car accident, not because they're bad drivers. And he ran over an African American gentleman who's crossed the street slowly, not because they do that. And you got to come quick. The guy's really hurt. He's drowning in a pool of his own blood, not because they can't swim.
Oh my God.
Now the guy's dead. You killed him.
Right.
Thanks a lot.
Oh,
You guys are great. Thanks for coming up. Go get him. Thank you.
Okay, I knew it was short. I knew it because the video was exactly 5 minutes on the dot, but of course it ended a few seconds before it was over. So this, my first introduction to Mark Norman. He's pretty funny. He's a little kind of low key. A little. He's not. I've been spoiled, you guys. Yes, I compare almost everyone to Bill Burr. Because he was the first major comedian that I started doing my reactions to. So before him was Zach Rushing, who's the guy in the car that has these really hilarious rants about, men and women and the differences and all that stuff. And then Bill Burr came right after. And so I think I was spoiled, kind of like how I was spoiled by Gabriel Knight, because that's my favorite video game and it always will be. I don't think it will ever change. Anyway, whatever. So he's funny, but so Bill Burr's really high energy and just loud and yelly and just And this guy, he's basically sort of hammering home the same type of message about BS stuff in society and everything, but he's kind of calm and low key about it. And but I mean, this was interesting and it was funny, and I agree with his take on a lot of this and look forward to watching more of his stuff. I will check out. I don't know if I've got this one saved in my to watch list or not. Now this guy, Michael Che, I've never heard of him. Is he worth checking out? Is he, pretty funny or hilarious or whatever? I mean, I've got so many people on my list, but I'm always adding more, always willing to add more. Just gives me more to look forward to checking out and laughing about, which is definitely something that is needed quite a bit these days. Laughter. Okay, you guys, I don't have anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. See you later.